Hello YouTube, Sir Dragon X here, coming to you from the town of Dolores Hidalgo in Guanajuato, Mexico, also known as Cuna de Independencia Nacional, which translates into birthplace of national independence. Right behind me is the exact spot where Father Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla uttered the famous cry for the independence of Mexico on midnight, September 15, 1810. This is famously referred to as the Grito of Dolores. That's right. That was an introduction from one of my previous videos. The reason why I use that introduction is because today is a special day. I'm going to change and then we're going to explore this special day in the video coming up next. You may ask why I'm dressed like that and why all the decorations behind me. Today is a special day here in Mexico. It's Mexican Independence Day. No, it's not Cinco de Mayo. It's actually the real day people celebrate Mexico's independence from Spain. So why is it that we associate Cinco de Mayo with Mexican Independence Day? Today, I'm going to try to answer that question and more. Before we start, just a reminder to visit our new website at www.retiredlifeinmexiconobull.com. Also, it would be nice if you subscribe to this channel and visit us on social media at the links listed in the description of this video and in the description of our channel. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. It actually marks the Mexican Army's victory over France in a very important battle in Puebla, Mexico. The real truth is Mexico's Independence Day is actually celebrated on September 16th of every year. Now, here's an interesting fact. In 2018, nationaltoday.com took a survey and it showed that only 10% of Americans that they surveyed knew the true reason behind Cinco de Mayo. Yet, it has turned into a day where people can get cheap margaritas and wear sombreros. And all of this in the name of Mexican independence. Before we explore Mexican Independence Day, we must understand what actually happened on May 5th and why it's celebrated to begin with. French Emperor Napoleon III wanted to claim Mexican territory for himself and sent his troops to force Mexico's president Benito Juarez and the government out of Veracruz. On Cinco de Mayo, 1862, in Puebla, Mexico, 6,000 French troops faced 2,000 Mexican soldiers at daybreak. By the evening, Mexico had claimed victory. Days later, Juarez declared May 5th a national holiday. Actually, Cinco de Mayo is not a celebration of Mexico's independence. It's a celebration of Mexican resistance. It's a celebration of David versus Goliath, so to speak. Several professors that are experts in the field have explained that in 1848, at the end of the Mexican-American War, part of Mexico was handed over to the United States. Many Mexico stayed and became U.S. citizens. They soon realized that all the promises that the U.S. had made to them were not going to come true. They were not going to be treated as equals. So they began to celebrate Cinco de Mayo as a way to resist and rebel against the establishment. It became a celebration of Mexican pride to the Mexican Americans at the time, but they couldn't really tell the establishment why they were celebrating it. Now, nobody knows exactly when Cinco de Mayo started getting confused with Mexican Independence Day, but during the 1980s, beer companies started to capitalize on the celebration and spent tons of money commercializing it. In the end, the true meaning of Cinco de Mayo was lost and it became the equivalent to the Mexico St. Patrick's Day. And through all of that, people began to mistake it for Mexican Independence Day. To this day, a majority of Americans and Mexican Americans born in the United States still believe Cinco de Mayo is Mexican Independence Day. So now I guess you know the real story. So now that we got that all out of the way, let's explore the real Mexican Independence Day. Today on September 16th, Mexicans around the globe will celebrate the anniversary of the country's start of the War for Independence from Spain in 1810. People of Mexican heritage all over the world commemorate this important event in their country's history when a brave priest in the village of Dolores rang his church bell and delivered a powerful speech that set the war for independence from Spain. Every year on September 15th at 11 p.m., the President of Mexico participates by ringing the same exact bell that priest rang, and he says the same exact speech, which is called the Grito de Dolores speech. The Grito of Dolores occurred in Dolores, Hidalgo, Mexico on September 16, 1810, when Roman Catholic priest Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla rang his church bell and gave the call to arms that triggered the Mexican War for Independence. Now, this is why Mexico celebrates this day as the real Mexican Independence Day. Sadly, eventually Father Hidalgo was stripped of his priesthood as a result of this and executed by Spain. Spanish cut off his head and displayed it in Guanajuato in order to discourage the revolt. This didn't discourage the movement at all. Another priest by the name of Jose Maria Morelos took up the mantle of revolution, and the revolt continued. The war actually lasted 11 years, and Mexico finally gained independence from Spain on September 27, 1821. Now, Mexican Independence Day is a big celebration. It's celebrated with festive fireworks, fiestas and parties, and lots of food and music and dancing. The official colors of the day are actually the colors of the Mexican flag: red, white, and green, which are seen everywhere in public areas and even on people's houses, along with flowers and other decorations. It's not uncommon to see Mexicans jubilantly blow whistles and horns and throw confetti, and crowds chant "Viva la Independencia Nacional." They also chant "Viva Mexico" on the streets everywhere. So you see, folks, today is a real Mexican Independence Day. I hope you learned something new. Now, I'm going to go celebrate the real Mexican Independence Day.
Mexicanos, llegó el momento de luchar por la patria para darnos la libertad que todos ambicionamos y merecemos. Mexicanos, ¡viva México! ¡Viva México! ¡Viva México, cabrones!